we've covered a lot of grounds. You know, we started from Whole Foods vice president to touching on different, you know, near-death experience or synchronicities or traumatic breakups, you know, all of the different parts, how life leads us into these larger states of consciousness and connectivity, and then into your shamanic practices that can sort of embrace it all. So do you have any additional thoughts about that wider perspective, the integration of all these different parts that you've gone through, that I've gone through, that so many people are experiencing, these disparate realities of like ETs and the 9 to 5, and you know, how do we continue to bring it together in an integrated, healthy way?
Great question. It's a lot. It's a lot for us all to process, and I think we have to continue integrating it all, right? It is our chance at surviving, because we've lost our way. Like, I think, you know, no matter what religion you are, no matter what your background was, no matter whether you believe in ETs or not, I think you can look around at especially America and Western culture and see clearly that we have lost connection with nature. We, in a lot of ways, have lost connection with each other. In a lot of ways, we have lost connection with our soul, and to know ourselves and to know that we have God within us, right? There is so much connection with the universe and ourselves that we've lost over the last few thousand years, that, you know, I think if you just look around, you can acknowledge that we're not in the best place. And so we have to talk about this stuff, right? Even if it's hard, and even if it threatens our worldview, and even if it feels like it's challenging a religion, I think we have to acknowledge that we're going to have some hard work ahead of us to work through this, and we have a common spiritual truth among all of our religions, and there is beauty in all of our world religions, and there is beauty in everyone's viewpoint and everyone's life experience. And I think if we come from it from that place, from that vantage point, and if we just acknowledge that life is about evolution, and life is about constant progress and constant growth. And so why would we, you know, stay with a doctrine or a dogma or a rule that is 2,000 years old, that's not relevant for us today? Maybe we should change it, right? And so I think if we all just kind of start to approach it that way, right? Is this really serving whatever it is that we're doing, believing, practicing? Is it serving our highest good as a civilization, as a being? Are we fulfilled? Are we feeling joy? Are we bringing more peace and love and balance and harmony into the world? And if we're not, that is a signal that we need to reevaluate and maybe leave some things behind. And one thing I love about shamanic practice is this practice of letting go, this practice of making room for the next great thing to come through. And we've had a tendency to hold on to a lot of stuff that's not serving us anymore. And I think if we can all choose to let go of some things and to be okay with a little loss in that, we might find a really incredible, bright future ahead of us. But it requires having these conversations. It requires talking about the fact that there is corruption in our religions. It requires talking about the fact that our governments have been covering up this knowledge. And it makes sense that they covered it up at first. It makes sense, I get it, but it's gone too far. And so now we have to talk about it, right? So we just have to start opening those doors and having these conversations, and to not do it from a place of fear or from a place of combativeness, but to do it from a place of curiosity. And if we do that, and if we just choose to work through things from a place of love and curiosity, we'll figure it out. We'll get through it.